Good evening, everybody. Welcome to another episode of D&V Investigations, where we have a little less D, but a whole lot of balls. I am Vicky. Welcome, everyone. What a week. Oh, my goodness gracious. It has been insane, has it not? We have Shane Davis at HeroesCon. Oh, man. I wish I had had time today to find and edit up the video of both of them, actually, of Shane Davis losing by knockout. But I'm sorry, people. I guess I failed. I did. I did. I mean, there's always the FedEx man too, but I didn't have time for that pick either. It's been a day of content for me here. Like, I spend my entire Sunday. I go to the grocery store and I edit videos. So yeah, and I just did not wake up early enough to get this shit done. Hello, Colonel Morg. It is nice to see our faux producer here in the chat. Hi, Hargrave, Plungecast, and I think I saw Matthew Fowler. Hello, my dear. How's it going? We had Ethan launching a new campaign on Fund My Comic. We had now, and this is outside of that Comicsgate sphere, but Ethan Klein of H3H3 has filed what I think can be a really significant copyright infringement claim against Twitch streamers. And of course, to top it all off, Tug's back on the fucking lawsuit. Yes, indeed, Tug and Megan Fox couldn't keep their goddamn mouths shut. And legally, Leslie has filed a motion for a second amended complaint that once again includes Tug and Megan, along with her lawsuit with this, I don't know, this really weirdo guy named Shiz Niz something or other. I'm not even going to pretend to get it. But I've caught some of his content, and I'm not sure. It's one of two things, guys. He's either not stable or he's doing a bit. If he's doing a bit, he's kind of taking the bit a bit too far. Yeah, it's Shizzy Wiznut. Oh my goodness gracious. And you thought some of the names around Comicsgate were pretty bad. So it's a full of, we got a lot of shit on deck. I'm sorry, I did not know that this was game 7. Oh well, I haven't watched a basketball game. I haven't watched a basketball game since I broke up with my last boyfriend, because that's all we ever watched was sports. And not that I minded, I enjoyed it, but man, taking a break from sports has been really freaking nice. But it brings me to Comicsgate. And geez, do we have some weird stuff going today? We've got Mandy. Mandy got mad at Admiral Wackass. He has been riding her as hard as can be. So I guess she decided he called her a whore one too many times, and she has, yes, ladies and gentlemen, she didn't want to do Pitt, but she's going to do 24 pages of Pitt's brother. It's going to be drawn by Dale, I would assume. But let's see. Gemshock, it took him 2 years to do 4 pages of Gemshock. 24. Yeah. Nobody's seeing this before the decade turns. Nobody. So, yeah. But look at that art, man. He totally called that shit in. Called it in. Either that or somebody else colored it and just fucked it all up. It doesn't look like Ritter's colors, so I'm not I'm making no assumptions. But yeah, she's not doing Pitt. She had no desire to do Pitt. She had nothing at all to do with Phil or PTP losing the Pitt omnibus. Nothing. Because she's got her own Dale Keown comic. Yeah. I have all these probably hello new people who have come over here from the Hale stuff. We talk about Comics Gate people who are a bunch of mostly assholes. Whenever I talk to people in real life and I try to explain what I normally cover here on YouTube, and I say Comics Gate, and of course they have no idea what it is, I say it's a niche within a niche within a niche filled of people who behave badly. And I mean badly. We've had sexual blackmail. We've had pedophiles. We've had we had a troll group that rolled people out of the movement faster than you could blink. It's led by a guy named Ethan Van Sciver, who can't get over the fact that a black man has been successful making a comic book and has been bitching about it on his live streams for almost 2 years now. Hey, Nail Bunny, how you doing tonight? Yeah, yeah, it is. Comics Gate is like some kind of hive mind collective lolcow. And you're lucky to get out. And when you do, I saw someone said on Twitter today that it's worse than leaving Scientology, which I do agree with. Like, you become a suppressive person as soon as you don't want to play any Comicsgate games anymore. But speaking of the leader of Comicsgate, I woke up the other night. Well, before I went to bed the other night, Ethan had launched his new Comicsgate Master Racer toy cars over on Fund My Comic. And when I woke up in the morning, yeah, he streamed for I don't know how many hours pushing this thing, talked about it, was all over Twitter that day, and he made $328 from 38 backers. That was in the morning. So I checked today before I started this. This is yesterday morning, people. Yesterday morning. I archived this page before I went to work. Tonight, before the stream, approximately an hour and a half ago, he's made $3,591 from 45 backers on Fund My Comic. It's a purposeful name for Toy Cars Morgue. He picked it on purpose. It's him being edgy. It's like when he published John Malin's Little Red Riding Hood book thing that was about a young Negro in the hood, just so John Malin could use the N-word way too many times. Like, it actually, from what I hear, it actually made Eric Weathers, the letterer, uncomfortable how many times he had to write out that word and use it in the book. Yeah. Oh, God. It is less Packers than Beowar. Yes, the book by Comicsgate's own pedophile. Creepy. So I guess this is part of the reason Ethan has been lashing out so hard on Twitter at Dan Fraga and extra white knighting for Shane. But before I move on to Shane, actually, I want to talk about this Fund My Comic thing real quick. And you guys may not know, I may not have, I don't think I've hidden it very well on Twitter. I don't particularly care for Luke Stone of Fund My Comic. Your mileage may vary. You may think he's a nice guy, but I remember the Spencer's Gift scandal video on my other channel. And he was one of the many creators that were taken advantage of and actually believed that they were going to have this multi-million-dollar contract to put books in Spencer's Gifts. Yeah, I know. We're all supposed to feel horribly bad because Luke got COVID, was in a coma, and it took him forever to recover. But I don't think that changed. And man, I'm glad he didn't die. It's nice, you know? Thank God he didn't die, but it doesn't make him any less bright. It doesn't make him a better businessman. You know? It just makes him a guy who was sick once. And as Morg is saying in the chat, never feel bad for stupid. Just don't. And so he had posted on Twitter. I'm not showing the tweets. Like I said, it was a lot of shit I had to do. I was a couple minutes late as it is. About hosting Ethan's CG Racer campaign on Fund My Comic. Big promo tweet. And Snuggy brought up hi Snuggy, I see you there in the chat. Snuggy Jr. had brought up, well, what about people that haven't fulfilled campaigns? And I'm thinking if I'm owning a crowdfunding platform and I want people to be secure and feel comfortable on my platform, I would try to make sure that I'm hosting people I don't know who actually fulfill their books, right? That one of these cars, the Cyberfrog car from this campaign, is on a campaign he still hasn't fulfilled yet. That's 6 months late. 6 months late. And now he's selling them as part of this Fund My Comic bit for, oh fuck, way too much money. I think it was $95 for the whole set. I'm trying to remember if it was 12 each, maybe. No, but oh my gosh. Just a quick side note. Apparently, Dynamite is doing a commemorative Pope coin and pinup by Jay Lee. And the coin is being marketed as a gold coin. Nowhere on the campaign page does it say that it's not pure gold. It's not pure gold, people. It's one of those stamped coins, just like the Ribbit coin, where it goes through the machine. No gold coin can go through a pressure machine and still maintain any kind of integrity. Yes, Matthew Fowler, it's a commemorative Pope coin. Anyway, back to Fund My Comic. So I would try to do that. I got smacked up by RJ of Critical Blast, who will kiss any ass that might raise him money, and I think he may have something to do with Fund My Comic, but he totally dodged the question when RJ said it. And it's really easy. Right? He's like, well, the TOS, you're just trying to complicate things, and it's really fucking easy. Kickstarter does it. Kickstarter says if you have an open campaign for the same thing on another platform, you can't open a Kickstarter. Kickstarter won't let you start a new Kickstarter if you have a campaign that's unfulfilled. Why would you let somebody start a campaign on your platform who has multiple unfulfilled late? I'm not just talking unfulfilled, right? Because you could go from IGG to Fund My Comic, leave it in, I don't know why, you could just leave it in demand on Indiegogo. Oh yeah, that's right, Luke Stone charges less money, but you're not getting the same traffic. So you could leave it on Fund My Comic as a store before you fulfill your campaign. But once your campaign is like 3 months late, maybe you should make them take it down. Maybe you shouldn't let them come onto your platform if they have late campaigns and a record of late campaigns. It does not. The Spencer's thing made me want to not give him my money, and this makes me want to not give him my money even more. I can hear it now, RJ complaining that I'm trying to cancel Luke and fund my comic. Ethan saying, you just don't want me on that platform. Ha 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 ha. I got accepted to fund my comic for my campaign. Well, what would he fucking do? Apparently anybody can do that. Which is not good business. Just not good business. Yes. And as soon as Ethan feels slighted in any way by anybody who is connected with Fund My Comic, fuck me. Is he going to be talking bad? He's going to be talking smack. He's going to be releasing DMs. He's going to do all the same shit he always does, which I imagine is the reason, thank you, Nail Bunny, why they let him on in the first place. Because if they didn't, he would totally trash them. I mean, I realize they're sort of in a spot. But tell him, man, we're not going to take a campaign for something that's already late. How about your next one? Yes. Yes, he will. So, we're going to move on. This actually applies to both Shane and Ethan. I found this on the web. It's an interesting new psychological diagnosis called victimhood as a personality trait. The need for recognition, the desire to have one's suffering acknowledged, validated, and empathized with. Moral elitism, a belief in one's moral superiority and the moral depravity of others. Lack of empathy, obliviousness to other people's suffering, and rumination. And this one is the one that just punches it home. A tendency to obsess over problems, unpleasant experiences, and perceived slights. And that, ladies and gentlemen, brings us to Shane Davis, who was at HeroesCon and was approached by Dan Fraga. And this is how Shane tells the story. Yesterday, Dan Fraga came by my table uninvited and shoved his hand between me and a fan for a handshake. So I shook his hand despite his rudeness, man. Today, he came up to me as I was in the middle of eating a chicken biscuit and shoved his hand in my face for another handshake. I told him I won't shake his hand, and he looked upset, said fine, and marched off. Just fucking weird. Is it? That big old stink about how Dan Fraga was going to HeroesCon to threaten Shane, and he walks up and tries to shake his hand, and Shane's got to be a dick. You know? Just got to be a dick. And then, hold on, I have to dump a couple things out of my, I was having a hard time doing that and talking at the same time. Out of the back of my StreamYards, because I load up a lot of shit back here. I'm not paying for StreamYard. Fuck that. Yeah. So then we get Yanzi, which is even better. Because Yanzi tries to claim that people like Dan, nice Dan, who's obviously not doing anything intimidating by standing there at the table, would harass them at the con. Okay, Yancy. And what did that harassment look like? Anybody know? Have you seen it yet? I'm going to show you because I know you have, probably on Twitter. Here we go.
Living in the dorm, you got people there, but honestly, he's
screen wrap.
That was day 2. Smiller took the video. Yeah. Imagine you're at a con, right? You need to be grabbing people's attention. You want them coming to your fucking table, and Shane's sitting there doom scrolling on his fucking phone. And even if he's doing some sort of business, like texting with Yanzi, which it didn't look like it was, are you gonna approach the guy's table? No. Hey, Hero Shack, how you doing today? It's nice to have you back, boo. No. What is that? He's so, like, he's really low energy, period, but then he just kind of, you know, in person, is he like that? Has anybody in the chat met him? I mean, is that just what he's like? I believe it probably is. Whiny, just completely and totally stuck in his own victimhood and how horrible everything is. Because he got run out of the mainstream. Well, I mean, we know why he got run out of the mainstream, because he's a fucking dick. Nobody likes him. That's why nobody likes Shane. I don't even think Ethan likes Shane. I think at this point, Mandy tolerates Shane. Right? Just tolerates him. Oh no, I'm sorry, Kirk. He did not die in Iraq. It's worse. He is apparently a tranny furry now. I don't know. I haven't seen it, but I hear he's a furry that looks like a girl. Then, to just make it great, Edwin, this tweet is just fucking evergreen. I retweeted the video to Shane, and Edwin says, a year from now, CG will recount how Shane Davis used his Krav Maga training to fend off Dan Fraga's dim mask. What is that? Death hand. And the vicious assault at Heroes Convention. And people will believe that shit. Believe that shit. In no time at all, people are going to be talking about how Dan Fraga, I don't know, maybe chest bumped him, tried to knock him over or some ass shit. But before this happened.
Keeps the fucking hookers away. God damn it, man.
Whoa. Did it not come up? Let me try removing that. There we go.
You gotta fucking put garlic out for vampires. What the fuck?
No, I know.
That doesn't. Hookers don't care if it's a dirty bed. They'll fuck you on a dirty mattress.
Shane thinks hookers are real high class. They don't.
Yeah,
they don't want to be around this dirty bed.
They're not high class hookers,
Yeah.
Shane.
Dude, can you imagine a hooker trying to pick me?
Can I just comment real quickly on how fucking total shit Mandy's audio is? My God, girl. The filters trying to keep up with your weight gain is bad enough. But this audio, bitch.
Me up in the Tigger suit wearing this fucking gold chain,
That gold chain was gonna
I'm just saying the reality.
That doesn't mean
walking.
nothing to them. All they care about is that you got money in your wallet.
Yeah,
Dude, the fact I made it in and out of that alley is like a fucking win. You know what, John? It's a double B. All right. I know we don't do this a lot around here, but double B's are rarely had, and today they were had.
Now you're throwing up gang, so you spend one night in a black alley and you're throwing up gang signs. All right, before we go, let me do a catch up on the super chats. Thank you guys so much. Thank you.
I'm gonna say something. I love all you guys.
Love you, Dale.
Love you,
We
Dale.
love you too, Dale.
Fucking love you.
All right, can I just want to say this real quick, but Dale looks like fucking shit. Dale looks like he's been doing hard drugs. Dale looks like he's a fucking... Dale is going for 80s heroin chic. My God. Look at him. Look how much weight he has lost in the last 6 months, maybe? There is no way. And these people look at him every fucking week. And nobody has said, Dale, hey, bruh, everything all right? Look at you, man. What you doing? Nobody. I get he's a grown man, you know? But if you're a friend, don't you say something? I mean, I would if she was my friend. I'm saying something now, Dale. Bruh, I don't even know you. But whatever it is, you really need to find yourself some help. And I don't think doing 24 pages for Mandy is the answer. I just don't.
But I tell you what loves you more than me, Dale, is that fucking alley full of fucking hookers, man. Bro, that's like...
They love you long time.
That'll test you as a man.
Yeah.
I came out of that saying something. I mean,
What,
if
you
I
think
died
you changed
tomorrow,
the fucking world by coming out?
You really did.
I think I am. I mean, I think I.
You're like a unifier.
No, I think I set a standard for guys today. I just went in there. I said, "This bitch, white bitch, scratch my back. Black dude, don't get into white pussy. Black bitches, I ain't interested."
Oh, there's
Holy-
Smiller in chat.
I was about to say,
Whoa!
Smiller in the chat. Holy
Look
shit.
at him, shit talking. What a piece of shit.
No.
Wow,
Wait,
Tim
what
Albright
is Miller got
Yeah,
to say?
he could come in here. He could have an olive branch for Shane. But look at this.
Shane looked very sad and lonely all day. Well, you look very short, and your hair's pulled back too tight. You fucking
Short. Wait,
tightwad, limp dick motherfucker that draws like shit.
Dang, Shane.
Now, I think what drunk ass Shane, who sadly seems to have spent his entire night at the hotel bar before he stumbled on up to his room to do this live stream. This was on his channel. I think Mandy was running it because, of course, he's in the hotel. But short. He's short. He actually insults him with two things. We're not counting the ponytail. He goes after him for his ethnicity, and he's short. Man, no wonder the FedEx guy was able to kick his ass.
Oh boy.
Wow.
You know, there could have been peace. You know, everything could have been cool.
Yeah, they
Blacklist
could have, but
universe
Mike,
comes
you know,
in
here's
here,
the thing.
starting
Yeah, but
shit.
Mike, I was a bit busy drawing commissions most of the day and selling books. Books that are stacked up at my table, unlike you. Don't you owe people like a book that's really fucking late? You fucking...
Who owes people a book that's really fucking late? Mandy. It's really fucking late. We're working on 2 years, 3 years late? At least 2. I know the Indiegogo closed in 2022. I think it was supposed to fulfill in 2023. So 2. It's 2 years late. But yeah, where's my Lone Star 3, Mike? And they always do this. They all sit there, they'll talk about other people being late, whoever they want to blast, but none of them, it doesn't dawn on any of them that all of them have late campaigns. And this bitch hasn't fulfilled her campaign for 2 fucking years. It supposedly went to the printer a year ago. It was done, except for 4 fucking pages that Dale Keown took 2 years to do. Crazy fucking shit.
Fucking leprechaun motherfucker. You Japanese leprechaun motherfucker.
What
Don't
the
you owe
fuck?
people like a fucking book? Why are you wasting your time in here when you could be drawing and fulfilling your fucking book?
Exactly. Thank you.
Hey, Mike, there's
Wait.
an alley with some hookers that want to talk to you.
Look how good Mandy looks.
Mike's laying down in his hotel bed right now, giggling to himself.
He does have a real funny laugh. His laugh always sounds like a cartoon villain.
Like, seriously, you little fuck. I probably meant more in comics than you did your entire
Oh
goddamn
my
life.
gosh. Time to wrap it up, Mandy.
Thank
You
No.
guys, thank y'all for coming and hanging out with us tonight.
Like,
Next
Mike,
week will be
every day
our-
of your life, you're looking up to me. That's how short you are in the pencils you draw and your height. You're looking up to me. It's undeniable. You're laying on your. You might as well be laying on. You might as well be a fucking ant.
Oh my gosh.
My God, where's the outro? You guys, thank y'all for hanging out.
Sad and lonely. Oh, Mike. So sad and lonely because of creep fucks like you.
Oh my God, you guys, next week on my channel, let me find something to play as an outro. Anything to play. Here we go. Mike, go fuck yourself. Everybody else have a great night. Love y'all. Bye.
Yeah. Malin's kids will handle it. Everything will be fine. Yes, Metal Men was very, very important. It was. He gave us a space cat, though. And then in his own space cat book. Plungecast says, my prayer, if I was religious, would be that no one would ever have let these clowns into Comicscape, but I blame those who let them walk in and stay and not do anything about it. I have been shouting to the rafters for fucking years and nobody cares. Nobody cares. Nobody listens. I ran across the it's a John Longbox, Richard Embry stream, which I had considered chopping up for this, and I would have done it earlier in the week, but I started watching it, and all I wanted to do, and the only commentary I had for the whole thing, every time they made some sort of point, was, I fucking told you! I told all of you. I've been telling all of you for years. Like, seriously, when I was talking truth about Comicsgate, the truth that Richard Embry now accepts, he was giving me shit. Man, I told you so are my favorite fucking words right now. I've been telling all of you guys. It is just too fucking much. I've been streaming about Comicsgate for 5 years now. 5 years. Yeah, and then Embry he says he left because his wife didn't want him streaming with e-thoughts who do piss porn, namely mint salad. I wonder if she knew about Hot Wife Mandy, too. I don't know. Could have. But, yeah. So these shits, right? You know Shane had... It's possible Shane was doing commissions. I don't know how long it would take him to do one. How quickly does Shane draw? I've never watched a drawing stream. I've never watched him draw. He doesn't like doing the competition ones. You know, maybe he was doing a couple. Maybe he did some. I wouldn't doubt that he sold some books. But I can't imagine that many people were rolling up on Shane. Because I've heard from other conventions that Shane been at that don't happen, really. When he and Malin did, most people avoided it. And Shane doesn't have any friends in the mainstream, really. I guess he could have hung out with Billy Tucci. Yeah. But, yeah, they're all just so sad. So damn sad. Which brings it, we're going to talk about something a little bit outside of, well, it's really far outside of Comicsgate, but it does have to do with the internet in a way that I think is going to be really important and might actually have more reaching effects and be more effective at getting rid of katydid than sharing pictures of her nudist dad, thinking that's going to be the thing that takes her down, because it's not. Nobody gives a fuck. They already know about everything that she wrote. They know about the fanfic. They know about the demon dog underage porno shit. They know all that, and nobody fucking cares. They've got mint salad and that weird little troll that she lives with, and everybody knows they do piss porn. And nobody cares. But going after someone, a member of someone's family who has absolutely nothing to do with this fucking community at all, is a step far and kind of creepy and stalkery. It just is. Your mileage may vary on that. And I don't give a shit about whataboutisms. You know, I've been given plenty of information about people that I have never, ever disclosed. The only time I've even mentioned getting information that I didn't disclose was from Testify, and Testify's fucking dead. And he tried to get me to dox Manger-chan on Kiwi Farms. I get this shit all the time too. I don't put it up because it's stupid. It's just dumb and creepy. Anyway, so Ethan Klein over at H3H3 has just filed three separate complaints for copyright infringement against 3 different Twitch streamers who played his content nuke video. For those of you who don't know what the content nuke was, he did a video about Hassan Piker and Hassan's love for Islamic terrorism and his absolute anti-Semitism. And of course, everybody in Hassan's orbit glommed onto it the day it published. And I'm going to go ahead, I chopped up Ethan Klein's video about this. I'm going to put all the streams and links to everything in the description sometime tonight. They'll be there tomorrow morning. But so I actually encourage you to go watch his entire video because it's quality. Like it's just that good. So
let me tell you guys a story. About a year and a half ago, it's a big conversation called ReactGate. ReactGate was a debate going on in the streaming community about what constituted fair use. People like Hassan, XQC, and many of the large Twitch streamers would watch other creators' entire video on their stream. They would rarely add sufficient commentary or even pause the video to speak. Most egregiously, they would re-upload the entire VOD to YouTube with the same thumbnail, the same title, so that they could cannibalize traffic from the original video. Problem seems to have only gotten worse. You have people like Hassan Piker paving the way of fair use with what's known as chair reacts, when Hassan gets up to go to the bathroom, or to eat, or to talk to his mom, or to do whatever, disappears for an extended period of time, and leaves the video playing for his chair. Mr. Chair, they call it.
IDF had warned people to leave the area around the main airport in Sana. Then this.
Do not This operation will result in killing hostages and captivity.
And it was in this setting that I formulated an idea. What if I could make a long-form, irresistible piece of content that I knew that these streamers couldn't resist, they couldn't avoid the temptation of watching it the second it was published?
I don't have an issue with them.
It's not that I wanted these people to steal my video. It's that I knew they would. I knew they would watch the entire video, add little to no commentary, react to it instantly, giving them no time to form an opinion. The trap was set, and it worked even better than I imagined it would. We captured pretty much every large streamer reacting to it in its entirety immediately after it was published. Now, the thing is, there were a few people that went above and beyond to commit copyright infringement. For example, Denim sits here silently with nearly 50,000 live viewers. That's 30 times her regular viewership. She's working directly with the Snark subreddit moderators to siphon views, and their intentions couldn't be clearer. Here's an excerpt from a stickied post from the Snark subreddit. Hey everyone, we've seen a lot of comments about wanting to watch the nuke without showing support for H3. Here's a list of creators who have supported our sub, either by engaging with us directly or citing our post in their critique of H3. Here they're offering these streamers as market substitutes for my work. This is the cardinal sin of copyright infringement. The Snark subreddit has been a frequent and persistent infringer. That's how I knew when this video came out, the Snarkers were going to encourage, promote, and push streamers to commit copyright infringement. I should thank the Snarkers, actually. Because of their predictability, they acted like double agents for us, incriminating their favorite streamers and serving them up on a golden platter. People like...
Yeah, just real quick, I'm gonna pause this. Hello, Larry, and it's good to see that you still have no idea what you're talking about. Ethan Klein was already sued for copyright infringement, and his commentary video or stream, I believe that it was found to be within fair use. He actually won the case. So, yeah, hi, nice to see you, Larry.
XQC and Asmongold may have watched the entire thing, but I would never sue them just for doing that. I don't want to chill the reaction community into fear. Actually, the opposite. I hope that we can all unite against this type of egregious behavior that not only makes us all look bad, but could destroy the commentary community as we know it. Now, before I tell you who the 3 people I'm suing are, I just want to make it clear that they all met this very specific high bar of criteria that I set forth earlier. These people were not targeted based on their gender, their identity, their political beliefs. All 3 are on this list. In fact, they're the only 3, as far as I could tell, that reacted to the full video. Drum roll, please. Who's sweating at home, guys? Casey Tron, the queen of ripping farts and bong loads.
They do musicals. They're very musical people. Are you being serious? Dog, what do you... Look! You think I made this?
Frogan, who, bless her soul, she's still rising.
Can I walk away and use the bathroom? Do I have permission? Can I use the bathroom, please? I'll leave it playing.
Apparently thinks Twitch is liable for me interviewing a Yemeni teenager who's only known genocide his entire life.
What happened?
And Denim's the queen of self-owning. And my God, is she the queen of that?
It's very obvious from the way that guy's talking, he's a Sneeko fan.
Oh my God, bro, I love you. Can I give you a hug, bro?
I'm so sweaty, bro.
I love you, bro.
None of the hostages that have been released so far have said that they have been raped. The hostages have public statements. You can go look at them.
The sexual assault I experienced should never happen to any human being.
This Yemeni kid is just a Yemeni kid with a gun and is not a Houthi, and there is no proof of him being a Houthi.
Are you a soldier? Yes. That seems pretty definitive.
He never said Hassan Nasrallah was a good guy.
I can't believe I'm calling Nasrallah base. I mean, listen.
A lot of people have been wanting to watch this without necessarily supporting Ethan Klein. So we're gonna watch it. What the fuck is going on here?
Frogan. Reaction by exiting. Here she is getting up to leave the video running as she steps out of the room. Is that transformative? I guess the judge will decide. She said, quote, "It's time to watch the new nuke ethically. Hell yeah." Huh. Very smart to say on camera, by the way. She said, quote, "Thank you guys so much. I do appreciate everyone's support. And thank you for watching it with me." Well, you are so welcome, and I'm so glad that you were able to enjoy that day. Up next is Denim's and honestly, just take a look at this, guys. It's a nightmare on Denham Street. Not only did she chair react, but she was kind enough to write her name right at the top just so that we knew that she was stealing my content and it was her room and nobody else's. Judge, did you know that we're on Denham Street right now? Here's some quotes from Denham's. We're relying on you to stay live so we don't have to give the nuke views. Yeah, I'm going to stream it. Since he's confirmed it's coming out today, I'm going to stream it. That is very explicit. Denham said, quote, well, guys, if you enjoyed not giving any views to that terrible video, give me a follow, subscribe, throw a prime if you like my content. Your content?
Relying on you to stay live so we don't give more views on the nuke. Yeah, I'm gonna stream it. Since he confirmed it's coming out today, we're gonna stream it. If you want to watch it with someone else who's already watching it, you know, come enjoy the watch party somewhere else. If you enjoyed not giving any views to that terrible video, follow, subscribe, throw a prime if you like the content, if you enjoyed your time here. Because I'm going to be honest, I did not want to watch that by myself.
I'm doing commentary, Matthew Fowler. I clipped it all up. It's all fair use. I got my own copyright lawyer in my pocket. But yeah, so I was going to go ahead and go over one of the complaints, but it's kind of silly because he explains it all in the video. He's got links to all of the filings in his description if anybody is actually interested in finding out more about this on their own. I'm not going to feed you everything. That's just not my gig. I can't do it. I don't have the patience for it. But they are all being sued for, just like he said, they all bypassed YouTube as well. They used like YouTube, I think it's called YouTube, and that runs through YouTube. It runs your YouTube videos. YouTube doesn't get any views, so even they're not giving him views, as they're sitting there and saying nothing about his content for hours and hours. And recently, Hassan was suspended from Twitch and they let him back like a day later. All of these broads are actually kind of just fucking stupid anyway. But I think this is gonna have an effect that goes beyond Twitch. When he wins his lawsuit, and he will win this lawsuit, and they will all have to pay for his attorney because that's how copyright lawsuits work by law, the statute. That's how they work. It's so that the little guy can sue big corporations who can afford tons of attorneys. And they can get their own attorney who will work on contingency if they believe it's a good case, who will actually get paid at the end. So all the money that these three women are now collecting in their GoFundMes is all gonna go to Ethan Klein. Hassan, who is telling you to go out and support these women's GoFundMes, isn't giving them shit. He ain't giving them any money because he knows it's all going to go into Ethan Klein's pocket. Yeah, I know, women, right? Because this is the, I pulled this off of Twitter, but this is the Denham's chick reaction later, and it actually goes towards something. Our next segment. Oh God, everything just kind of rolls into each other.
How's the lawsuit going? Nowhere, because Ethan Klein's too much of a sue me because he knows he'll lose. I love these people though that are like, any day now, he's gonna sue. He's gonna sue. Chat, just a reminder, by the way, just a reminder. After he paraded on the internet about how he was gonna sue me and he wanted to sue me, guess what? Still no lawsuit. Oh my God, he's so bitch made. I'm actually pretty certain that his lawyer told him to stop going after me. His lawyer most likely said, dude, you need to stop. You actually need to stop. Whatever, you think I'm an idiot, you think I'm the dumbest person alive, that's fine. Go read the lawsuit. Maybe if you don't want to respect me, you can go respect a judge and a lawyer
I did read that lawsuit. I read all 3 of them. And man, his lawyer knows how to write a fucking complaint. He tells a story. And I don't mean fiction. And I think the best legal filings that I've seen and that I've read all have a narrative and a story to them. And these were actually quite entertaining to read.
I am not going to litigate this case on the internet. I'm going to litigate this case in a court of law. Okay? I am. What I will do, however, is show you guys how, first of all, bad this video is that he made. And second, how bad this document is. Oh my God. And after reading it, I am starting to be concerned that a lot of it was actually written by Ethan, what's 10 divided by 10 Klein.
It wouldn't matter if it was. That's the thing. Anybody can write your court brief. I could write a court brief for somebody. They file it. They're the ones taking responsibility for it. And so what if he did? I'm sure he did it in conjunction with his attorney that he's probably paying really good money because you're going to have to pay them back. When I was first sued by Preston Poulter, I was told by somebody to make sure that I liked my attorney because Poulter was going to have to pay them a fortune. I mean, I didn't end up needing an attorney. I handled that shit all on my own. But yeah. So that is that. And I think part of the reason why it is important, I mean, yeah, people suing each other, whatever. But Twitch has become a place where this is what a lot of these reaction channels do. And it is theft, and it's wrong, and Twitch does nothing about it. Right? Absolutely nothing about it. And so when I think he is going to win these lawsuits. When he wins, Twitch will be forced to remove these creators from their platform. And they're going to have to start looking around and coming up with new terms of service and, actually policing people doing this kind of shit. And I imagine, I'm not even going to say imagine, I pretty much know that YouTube is already doing it. And this is just another nail in the YouTube crackdown coffin, because they're going to do it, people. Have you seen how quickly long streams transcripts come up now? Those AIs are crawling all over. Your dashboard tells you when people use bits of your shit, so you can claim it. They know. The AIs go through and compare shit, and they will find that you're using hours of somebody's content, or even 5 or 10 minutes of somebody's content and doing absolutely nothing with it. Because that's what the day of the clipper may be coming to an end unless you can prove that you've got some sort of legal contract with whoever it is that you're clipping. Yeah. Because they're all cracking down. For YouTube, it's a matter of all of these EFAPs and people just sitting there and EFAPing whole streams by other people. It's low quality content, and they know it's low quality content. And the advertisers don't want to be on low quality content. And they'll do something about it. And I think this is going to be the thing that really pushes him towards doing it. Ethan Klein's big on, he's big on YouTube. He's big on Twitch. Big streamers. Well, Rogan's not a big streamer, but she's a big fucking name. Because Twitch has been promoting her like there's no tomorrow. So, there's that. But now, ladies and gentlemen, I must let you know that there is some bad news. Legally Leslie's, despite my glee at Tug being sued again, Legally Leslie's case is in jeopardy. Megan and Tug have found the spear that they will shoot straight into the heart of Legally Leslie. And I had to watch this shit, so you do too. Sorry.
Should we show people this wonderful thing that she did where she really, really, really screwed up?
Oh, yeah, Leslie, you screwed up big time.
Oh, my God. This is so amazing. All right, give me a second. I'm setting this up now. Would you like to see something cool? Something crisp? Top. I'm going to show you why people are...
Was that not like the creepiest thing ever? Just so fucking gross, man.
Are missing this, all right? And then I'm going to show you a recording of what it looks like off a phone, okay? Because, well, you'll see, all right? So, the other day, during the taunting of Shizzy Wiznut, she decided to post this. She decided that she would post press releases, right? Now, she likes to post these things all the time. You know, she likes to brag, to hear herself, blah, 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 whatever, but she's posting about Shizzy. Now, here's the thing. If you look at it through desktop, which most people, you do, or you don't blow up pictures, right? You'll notice here, you can't blow this up, right? You can't click into these pictures. Like there's nothing. You can hear me clicking away. There's no way to blow this up. On your phone, there is.
I would have clipped this up more, but man, they were just so excited at playing junior detective and pretend investigative reporter that I could not pass it up.
And she screwed up huge with this right here. Now, again, she'll probably take this down, but I've already recorded.
But we already have it.
Yes.
And you can quit deleting things because we have it all.
Well, not just that. You're in the middle of a lawsuit, Leslie.
Yeah, so are you guys, and you're still talking about it.
I even have stuff that she thought she deleted years ago.
Another creepy, weird fucking shit, man. Also, probably most of it's highly irrelevant to anything they want to claim in any kind of countersuit or use in their defense.
Now, check this
She
out.
doesn't know what I have yet, but I have stuff.
This is the same thing. Let me make sure it's on the screen. All right. So this is the same image. You can see it right here. Yeah. Give me 1 second. I'm blowing it up. So, God, I hate all the buttons on this stupid thing. There we go.
Careful with the buttons. Careful.
Not that button.
That was like the grossest moment of the entire stream when Tug tries to do all like sexual fucking innuendo. And can I just say quickly, briefly, and I don't need your fucking permission. It's my stream. Tug, who pays for StreamYards. I don't pay for StreamYards because I'm a cheap bitch and I'm poor. I volunteer at a 501c3 for a living. That's like my job. Tug here, who is a quote professional streamer. He's on the goddamn internet every fucking night, live streaming, paying for StreamYards, streams in 720. What the fuck? Why are you streaming in 720? Why are you using fucking StreamYards? I want to get off of StreamYards. I just need a computer that's going to do it for me. That's not an e-beg, you guys. It's not. But he could be using fucking OBS, and we could actually see what the fuck it is he's showing on his screen. Yes, Tug is a potato.
All right, now I'm going to play this. Again, this is a recording from a phone. You're going to see it differently because I'll be able to expand. And I want it all to be here just so you can see it. And then I'm going to...
He couldn't even edit the video. It's the whole wide fucking thing. My God, this is just a clusterfuck of just bad content.
freeze on something for you, okay? So you can see, again, you know, you can see it like shaping through, right? Yeah. See all the stuff. Now, when you click in, though, bam, look at that image. Now, you folks tell me, what's different about this image here? When I click into it, what do you see on this that you might be like,
Anybody see it?
Let me
Does
see if the
anybody-
chat gets it. Let's see. I'm watching for the chat.
I've been telling you this from day one.
It's so small. How can you see it?
I mean, this is an epic screw up in that.
This makes me trust my gut more than ever because I knew this was the case without even knowing.
You see it on the bottom. Now, some people don't.
Sarcasm sees it. She sees it.
Well, you hear right here at the bottom. If you look, you'll notice a sign in. If you've ever used two accounts on your, say, your phone, you own a couple accounts
it,
there.
you guys.
You know, while you're playing around and you're posting.
Yeah, this is it. This is the stake in the heart of her case. This is gonna take it all fucking down, and I'm serious about this. I'm not serious about this at all.
You'll get a sign in. It'll ask you to sign in to an account. Notice what address it's asking to sign into at the bottom here on her screenshot.
Oops.
Please
Oops.
sign into Michael at their law firm. You mean the husband?
You. This is why I sent him an email at his bar address because I was sure that email that I got allegedly from him wasn't from him. And look, I was right.
Let me pull this up as a
She's
screen.
logging in as him and sending emails and lawsuits and everything else under his name. Now, remember, this is a genius we're dealing with.
Yeah, we see. We've got two of them that we're watching right now. Two geniuses.
Bunch of moron.
Yeah. So fucking sad. So because I think I'm better at this than fucking Tug. This is what the post was, right? It's really small writing. What it says is unimportant. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is what it is at the bottom. Because I zoomed in on it, Tug. Right? Now, I want everybody in the chat and anybody who may be watching this on VOD to know that Leslie, who's not only married to Michael, works for Michael. She's his paralegal. She has access to fucking everything. That the paralegal has access to a business address. That the paralegal has access to the business email means nothing. Nothing. She could be writing these complaints, filing all of this shit herself, and it would make no difference. You think her husband doesn't know? It's all so dumb. Because I know they'd tried to get a hold of like Hales through the CMF system, which is the electronic court system. I know that she had talked about filing something else. It's not unusual. It's how that shit works, man. Like I said, I could write Legally Leslie's fucking complaints. I could write her motions. And if she gives me the login, I could even file them with the court if they were approved. That's how lawyer shit works, man. And so, you know, these two, I gotta tell you, Mug over here, Megan and Tug, yeah, I gotta call them something. It's too much to just keep saying their fucking names over and Mug. We'll give them the nickname. All they have done, and I swear to God, since this lawsuit was filed, is practically cover almost this lawsuit. But the thing that gets me is because I watched 20 streams, people, last week. I watched 20 fucking Tug and Megan Fox streams, and it was painful. Painful as fuck. But you know what I learned? I learned every stream is just like every other stream. There's no difference. They say the same thing. They talk about the same thing. Good evening, Kate. I hope you had a lovely weekend. They don't do anything new from day to day. And you end up with streams with names like Live, Auntie Hales got served at What the Hales case is official. Shara, it's my birthday with Megan Fox. Live, Auntie Hales lawyer, insane court secrets. What the Hales and before with Megan Fox. Live, Auntie Hales lawyer, Targus Preston's ex-lawyer, malpractice over What the Hales. Live, Anti-Hale sues me and Megan Fox again. Dumbest fed at What the Hales fails yet. Like, all of them are like this. The biggest suing bombshell yet. Anti-Hale sues us and fails big. That was the stream that I just I just chopped up and played for you. They're all like that. And they're all the same fucking content. Because I was making a little compilation video. It's the next one I'm showing. I only clipped 4 fucking streams. Because I only had to clip 4 fucking streams. Because they say the same goddamn thing over and over and over. Not on the same stream. Like, they're... I got to the point, you couldn't even tell them apart. He uses the same background. The only thing that ever changes is her PFP. And it's crazy. It is. It's all just same shit, different day with Tug and Megan. Mug. Get used to saying that. God damn it.
And
I will.
again, created revenge porn. Now, nobody said.
I did it again. Hold on. Let's see what's going on. Add to stage. We're going to try that again.
Scumbags that I have seen in quite some time. And they don't find that alone to be something they should ask questions about. I don't know what to tell them. You know, I mean that for anybody out there. It's pretty fascinating stuff. You know, they're going to talk about a YouTuber and the neighbors and not really look at the insanity going on. Like, how did somebody end up in a lawsuit? Oh, what do you mean revenge porn? Seriously? You know, when you start looking at that, I wonder as a female especially, I wonder how they would feel about if that were them in the picture that one of their guests put together. I'm sure they would have a problem with that. They could go in. Like people could pull up the documentation. The documentation's out there. It's easy to find. And the I mean, that insane.
This is all just nonsense, too. There's a lot of nonsense talk, a lot of innuendo.
Statements, by the way.
Defamation
the one thing
through
I would
innuendo
ask, like
is
for
a
a
thing.
female, if somebody was posting about you saying they had pictures of you, let's say, doing oral arguments on them, and they were talking about other pretty awful shit with that too, would you have a problem with that?
So keep in mind that Mug is being sued for defamation per se, for two things. One, claiming that Leslie created revenge porn. I'm not going to be like them and be like, revenge prawn, revenge corn is what Tug says. I'm not doing it. Real words exist for a fucking reason, and I'm not giving up my dictionary. But yeah, so that is what they're being sued for. And for calling her a disbarred lawyer. I didn't collect those clips. I just stuck with the revenge porn clips for this particular usage. But this is May 13th, before he was served, I believe.
Again, with the revenge porn thing, would you have a problem with that? Let me make sure.
Oh, he's condoning hate.
12,
Oh, I
13,
love
yes.
this.
Attacks. So I would, I would question that he is condoning hate. All right. So it's condoning hate. So when you've dealt with these people, since you're talking to them, you condone everything that they do, right? Everything that they're doing, you condone it. You are rubber stamping that, because there's a bit of revenge prawn that I would like you to.
Oh, she played it. She played it on her channel.
Are you fucking kidding me? You know, that'll take your channel down. That actually is a way to take your channel down. That
she
is.
Played it. She allowed them to play it on her channel 2 times.
You did, huh?
Twice.
Well, you realize that was already removed from YouTube, don't you?
No, I'm sure she didn't.
Yes, actually it was. You know why? And Fat Boy can get mad about this.
Real quick, I played it a couple weeks ago and YouTube doesn't give a fuck. It's still on my channel. I've received no strikes. No, the AI at YouTube did not go crawling through and go, ooh, that's bad. But why didn't it? Why did it work? Why was it taken down before?
You know who got it removed? Me. I did, because you made it about my partner online, which is damaging and defaming shit. And it fell under TOS of revenge prawn. That's exactly what YouTube, they were horrified by it. So if you, as a female, want to play that kind of stuff, not only does that say something about you, but I'll give you a day to take it down, or I'm going to take it down myself. How's that? If you have a problem and you want to threaten me for that, you can bring it up in court, because it has already been removed. The guy you had on knows it's a violation of TOS, and I will get it removed. I will.
Yep.
Because that right there,
played it twice, and she sat there and she laughed.
Oh, you thought that was good, huh? You thought that was funny.
Even though you could see it on her face that the first time she saw it, she was horrified. She was horrified. She didn't know what to say. She even said, I don't even know what I just saw.
And yeah, because it's that boomer class fucking meme with the disjointed heads and yeah, of course. The first time I saw it, that was my reaction. What the fuck? But not because I was horrified by fake slurping sounds and Megan Fox's little head turning down towards Jeremy Hales's lap behind a car door and you can't see anything. Revenge porn. My ass. By the way, in the state of North Carolina, it is legal for me to broadcast that, because revenge porn only counts if somebody's actually fucking naked. I know, ain't that crazy shit? Same as in Florida. Somebody got to be naked. You got to be showing naked parts.
And then she allowed them to play.
I'll give her a day to take it off there. I will be nice about it, because I don't like to flag channels. But that right there.
Yeah, it was. It was basically a low-grade jib-jab kind of thing with narration that was the voice, and the talking was all about Andrew. It was Tate talking about women the way he does. And then it was Jeremy Hale sitting with a little Nazi mustache because, in my opinion, I believe he's an anti-Semite. And then it was, you know, Megan's head. And then, like, there were no real people. Like, of course you could see who they were, but there weren't bodies involved. There was no actual smacking. It was less revenge porny than the picture Matt Barr drew of JDA getting his dick sucked by Nasser on the tennis court. You never saw that one, Edwin, but I'll try to find it if I can. Not tonight.
Again, these people are creating revenge porn. They are definitely doing it. It is a violation of law. It is in the middle of court because of what it is. And anybody that looks at it understands it is a direct depiction. Two people, they're easily recognizable, engaging in a specific act. Again, that falls under the statute.
Falls under the statute.
You've played that too. You know, you put Megan Fox in a lawsuit as well. I'm sure she can countersue for that because
the counterclaim is going to be epic, bitch.
Yes.
Wait for it. It's
So near as I can tell, I've read the federal statute that she's going to be talking about. I'll let her talk about it here.
upset about somebody saying that, but you're not upset about me, another married woman, who you played a revenge porn video on your YouTube channel about.
Mean? Same way. False statements. What false statement? We never got an inclusion for that though. Ever. Never got to find out what that was supposed to be. Now, talking about the revenge porn, nobody ever said that she created it. She keeps saying that people again said that she created that. That was
Actually, you just said it in the previous clip, but we won't bring that to Tug's attention.
not the case. People said that she hosted, and as part of that, she distributed because she had it on her platform. You know, and she's tried to walk it back with the. I was shocked by it. Yeah, you're so shocked that you left it up for weeks. You know, the disbarred lawyer and idiot. That's what keeps coming up. And again, created revenge porn. Now, nobody said that, first of all. If they did say that, it wasn't who she's trying to apply did say that. Here is Exhibit A there. We have what the hell's here? All joking aside, this Muppet saved us time and money, adding her to Fed case number 2. Counterclaims include criminal charges, rebroadcasting revenge porn. Now, you know what's fascinating about
God, it's just so awful doing that shit to words. Also, he doesn't lose any monetization and he can still collect super chats. Pussy. If you want to accuse people of making revenge porn, the least you can do is say revenge porn. Total fucking pussy, man.
that right there? Her claims are that people have been saying that she created. That is in her amended complaint. That she, quote unquote, created revenge porn. And that is not what's being said. It is rebroadcast. And remember, this stuff has been taken down over and over and over.
It's been taken down once that I know of for sure, maybe twice. But whenever Tuggs says something is a multiple of anything, it only ever happened once.
Again. So for her to play this victim narrative and again lie. I mean, she flagrantly lies. She flagrantly misrepresents what is said right there.
I wanted to point this out. Think about how many articles and shows that Volmit and Lickman did.
Yes, he did, Kirk. He was doing review. The sprinkler review is one of my favorite, as he's huffing and puffing, trying to get 20 feet across the lawn to turn the faucet on so that the sprinklers go. It's a good one.
Where they sat around complaining that Jeremy Hales filed what they call a frivolous lawsuit. Now, the lawsuit they call frivolous is one where he alleges his neighbors posted signs in his neighborhood that call him a PDF file, which is defamation per se, according to all the judges. Like, it just is. That's the law, right? So in order for them to poo-poo it and say, oh, that's frivolous, it's never going anywhere, when it's clearly defamation per se, and you have to take it as true, right? And it is defamation per se. It has to be done. It has to be shown to a jury.
Okay. All right, so that was a really weird explanation. Because it's defamation per se, it has to be true. No. What actually happens, and I know this from personal experience, whatever somebody puts in their complaint to the judge has to take it as true. The judge can't look at the complaint and look at your response and then just go, oh yeah, that complaint's just wrong. They're lying. You don't have to prove anything in your complaint. It's automatically true until you get to motions, till you get to actually putting in evidence, until you actually get to motions in Lime, and then you get to your fucking trial. But it is all considered to be true, which is part of Tug and Megan's problem here. Leslie just filed a complaint that states that Mug accused her of creating revenge porn and called her a disbarred lawyer and are part of this conspiracy with Jeremy Hales and this shiznut fucktard to basically Ponzi scheme subs, and which creates more super chats and more ad revenue. So these smaller channels that they start promoting, this is the theory of it, the smaller channels that they start promoting and promote as moderators. Megan is moderator on a lot of these little small channels, and they start promoting them, and their channels grow, and the channels make more money. They promote Jeremy Hales, they promote Tug, they promote Megan, so their channels get more ad revenue because they're getting more views. Now, it's what happens naturally and very organically, mostly on YouTube. But there are the Discords, there's the Facebook groups where everything, just don't coordinate shit out in public, people. Just don't do that shit. Have a super secret gay op Discord, for fuck's sake, like everyone else. Because that's the only way. It's not the only way to keep it secret. People leak that shit all the time. So all of those accusations, as of this moment, are considered true until their lawyer fights it and presents evidence in their defense. But these guys seem to think that years and tens of thousands of screenshots and years of this and years of that is a defense for claiming that she created revenge porn. And then you get Tug. Nobody said she created it, man. We just said she distributed it. Because you just want to accuse her of a different fucking felony? Which makes defamation per se automatic, by the way. Not automatic, somebody still has to decide, like the jury, but that's how defamation per se works. That's like the factor of defamation per se is you accused someone of a heinous crime or a felony. It's in the description.
For them to be all, oh, it's so frivolous. It's not going anywhere. He's just filing frivolous lawsuits for content. Me. Are you telling me that Lichtman and Volmont read this piece of shit and decided that There's no signs calling her a PDF file in her neighborhood. There's literally nothing was done.
No, the neighborhood that's so tiny, I don't even think they have anybody who saw it but Jeremy Hill's friends. Those are the only people that saw these signs. These fucks are spreading it all over the goddamn internet to their 700,000, their 500,000, and however many fucking subs Megan Fox has. Yeah. Yeah, it's completely not as bad as a couple of signs in your neighborhood that no one saw but your friends.
Woman. There's such ridiculous
Hypocrites.
lawsuit. It's all.
Oh,
Let's
he's-
hear it, Vomit. Let's hear it. Let's hear how.
Oh, you know he
how
is.
great
He's
you
already
think-
doing it.
Let's hear how great you think this is, and how she has grounds to do this. Let me hear you do that. You want to talk about hypocrisy? Let's hear you defend this shit. This
Well,
is
especially
so
considering his
insane.
nasty fucking partner and how they remember the revenge porn is just satire and parody. But this is making fun of somebody though somehow is not protected. Okay.
Actually, what they call revenge porn, because I'm not doing that fucking shit, was satire. It wasn't very good as far as satire goes, but it certainly wasn't some. They when they talk about it, honest to God, they talk about it and they make it sound like some deep fake. Like a real deep fake. Like some of the shit they're busting child pornographers for, right? But they have to. They can't show it on their channel because they've just convinced all of their subs and viewers that it's that bad. It's that horrible. Oh my God. This is the worst thing ever. But it's not. And these two chuckle fucks can't shut the fuck up about their own goddamn lawsuit. The one they're involved in. The same as Denham's. They just can't shut the fuck up. Why would you do that? I get it. They need the content. Okay, you need the content. Oh my God, how many goddamn fucking lawsuits are there? I've got a folder of them, and I'm pretty sure I'm missing one. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I don't think that's all of them. Talk about one of the other ones. When I was sued, I didn't sit there. I mean, granted, the only defense I needed was I never said he was a child pornographer because I never did. It was never even in the complaint. But I still didn't, I didn't talk about the case. I talked about not having been served yet, which is the only thing Tug and Megan can talk about now. Jeremy Hales' lawyer made a notice to appear. There's no waiting for Leslie to send them a summons. None at all. They said, oh, she files a lot of lawsuits she doesn't follow up on. Hey, I know. Let's zoom on in there and go ahead and, get on the record so we can answer her complaint. But now I guess it's kind of on hold until the judge decides on whether or not he's going to accept the Second Amendment complaint, bringing Tug and Megan back into it all. Which I really hope he fucking does, because I want to spend the next couple of months. Things seem to move a lot quicker in Florida, by the way, than they ever did in Texas. In Texas, you could wait 3, 6, 8 months. These people are moving on like, you might only have to wait a week. Tops. It goes from the magistrate straight to the judge. They seem to have things, they seem to work better in Florida than they did in Texas, where I got sued. But I want to watch Tug. Well, I don't actually want to watch his fucking streams. That was the wrong way to put it. I want to see Tug continue to do streams where all he does is talk about the lawsuit and all of these screen caps and all of these archives and all of this shit that they've collected that will mean absolutely fucking nothing, that have no evidentiary value. And all it's going to do is suck up lawyer time and cost him a shit ton of money. He's going to start a GoFundMe, we know, but I'm kind of hoping, really, really hoping that Legally Leslie can drag this out with enough, do the same thing to them that they're trying to do to everybody else, only so Tug runs out of his GoFundMe cash like Richard Meyer. That's all. That's all I want to see. I want to see Tug hurt. I want to see this dipshit bitch Megan Fox hurt for this kind of behavior. I want to see Jeremy Hales hurting because of the bullying and harassment and the gross stalking that they not only do but they encourage. They all need to hurt for this. In the pocketbook. In the pocketbook. I've watched Tug do this for so fucking long. This same goddamn crappy non-10 shit where he doesn't actually speak English and he's never pointed and he never actually tells you who the fuck he's talking about. You have to guess. But he smears people. He's sleazy and gross. And he's been doing it for years and getting away with it for far too fucking long. And I want to see him hurt for it. Damn it. That was it. No, that's pretty much all I had for tonight. Yeah. Yeah. So, everybody have a great week. Enjoy it. I think Shane's still mauling a little bit on Twitter. Ethan's going to be defending him to cover up for the fact that he's making no money. Hopefully, Tug and Megan are receive their summonses soon. I know she went through the process to get them through the clerk of the court. And we'll see. Everybody have a lovely night. Thank you so much for coming, and hopefully I'll see you next week.